Hello everyone, welcome to a game of craziness. This game is played by a bot developed by me against another engine. D4, quick D4, D5, C4, C5. The other black bot is very crazy about symmetrical. So takes, knight f3, queen f6. This time white is better. White is my bot developed by me, Elov 3000. And now it's probably the first mistake of the game, which is the move e4. E4 is an inaccuracy for a few reasons that I doesn't know because I am not Stockfish. First, I think e4 does nothing because it castles and I move my king. It's probably just a weakness. Knight to f5 allows the trade. The bot allows the trade. And now bishop to d3, knight to e5, rook to e1. This move pins the knight to the queen, so the queen get out of it. And after a few trades, this game is kinda equal. Black is slightly better, like 0.5 or something. Bishop to d4, g4. This is a counter-attack by my bot. Bishop to c2, back queen to f3, queen to f6. h4, this is a crazy counter-attack, but h4 blunders a pawn for no reason. But this probably deflects the queen. I don't know what my crazy bot was up to, so g5. Rook to e8, controlling the open file. Probably let the king some escape square. After the trade and f6 takes. Now f takes g5 here is an inaccuracy because this move loses 2 pawns for some reason. But white still got this counterattack going. Queen to d5, this is a double attack on f7, and if white moves its queen here, it will be checkmate. Queen to e6, this move blocks the diagonal, of course, so queen to f3. a5, black is now who is counterattacking. Queen g3, queen c6, bishop to h7, queen to d5, queen to f4, bishop to e5. Now it came the critical point. My bot played bishop to e4, which is obviously a very bad move. This is a tactic invented by YouTuber Gotham Chess called Danger Levels. So this is called Danger Levels because your opponent's bishop is obviously attacking your queen, so you counterattack its queen because you want spice, but this move happens to lose the game on the spot because of this move. Queen to d1. This move is called Desperado. It sacks the queen because if this is just a simple trade, the bishop will lose the tempo, and after it moves, the f7 pawn will drops because like this. Okay. The bishop moves and the f7 pawn drops. So you check. Your queen dives down, sack what? Not supposed to do something like that. Your queens dive down with a check. This check forks the king and the rook, so white have to take. And then you pick up the queen. And now it's your having the tempo and the advantage. And black is just simply better. And also, this bot from Lee Chess have a sense of humor. It en passant, I don't know what it should be pronounced, en passant, or something else. It takes the pawn. And now this is simply to pass pawns, but my bot is arguing this is opposite color bishop. So they can't outmaneuver each other. This time black is completely winning. So f6 for no reason. King to c2. My bot walks the king. And bishop to c3 discover check. King to b3. Bishop to e5. Rook to d1 out, and now comes a fatal mistake by black. It's f5. f5 is very bad. f5 draws on the spot. It loses all of black's advantage, and because of the only move out of position, rook to d5. This move forks the bishop and the pawn. So the bishop have to move, or it can, or the king blocks. So I don't know why this is completely drawish for my bot, because if bishop to d4, rook takes f5, and probably it's still a game to play, but Stockfish knows how to draw this. So my bot also knows. So rook takes c5. King to a4, and after a few... Okay. Bishop to d6. Now, my bot sacrificed the rook. I don't want to yell. This move, because if your king take bishop to d7, will skewer your king and your rook. And opposite color bishop is draw. It's gonna be a draw because you take the pawn and the bishop takes back. So the chess bot obviously doesn't take the rook. So my bot sacrificed another bishop, because if you take, this is actually a discover attack on the pawn, because you can sack the bishop for the pawn. And now this game, despite white's king in the corner, it's still a draw position, because it's no way for a bishop and a rook to checkmate king and a rook. This is drawish. So now my bot just have to give some checks. And this is a crazy end game here. Now this is both sides shuffling. Okay, actually, there's some moment in between. This moment, why my ball chooses to go here and not accepting the free bishop? Because if you take the free bishop, and then king to c5 will be a fork on your rook and checkmate. Actually, it's not a fork, it's double attack. So I need to get, my pawn need to get out of it, and both sides shuffles. And my bot's king is stuck on the back rank. So it's very bad, but it's still uncheckmateable. I don't know what word it is. This is a check. Rook blocks. If you trade, this will be a draw by insufficient checkmating material. The bishop can checkmate a king. So black obviously doesn't trade, so my rook follows with it. And a5, this rook obviously attacks the pawn. So I push it. Very reasonable. So rook go back, and my bot sacrifices the rook again. Because if your rook takes the rook, then it's stalemate. My bot smothered itself to a stalemate. So check, go back, and then take. This release the pressure. And now this is just both sides suffocate. This is just black suffocating white, and now this is and ended with a draw.